So today in this video, I am making these delicious and very cute St. Patrick's Day cupcakes. I made two versions, one with a little less icing and sprinkles, and they're a little bit more simple. And then this version, which has all the icing and all the sprinkles and all the green. So keep watching and I'm going to show you how I decorated these St. Patrick's Day cupcakes. Okay, so you're gonna wanna start with getting a stencil of a shamrock or four-leaf clover. I just drew this one myself on a piece of paper, and then with your cookie sheet and wax paper, you can just put this right underneath and then put the wax paper on top. And it works perfect because you can just stencil out with your candy melts on top and then move the piece of white underneath and just keep copying the same stencil so that they all look the same. So you're going to want to get your trusty candy melts. These are my wilted green candy melts. I love candy melts. I think they are just awesome to add stuff to cupcakes. So I definitely love me some candy melts. I use them a lot in my cakes and cupcakes. So I'm gonna put these in a decorating bag and melt them in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time with my microwave on medium power, and then just kind of mush it up with your hand in between every 30 seconds until it is completely liquid. Okay, so I got it all melted in my candy bag. I'm gonna make a very small hole at the bottom of this with scissors. Definitely want to make it as small as you can so that you can be more detailed. Okay, my trick to making these work good is first I always outline it. And then fill it in. And you want to make sure that you do a generous amount, because if it's too thin, it could break and fall apart really easily. So you want to make sure it's thick enough. And then I use this, which is it's to like test if your cake is done, but it works really well. You could also use a toothpick to just kind of like spread it all out and make it even. And then if you want to make it really smooth, you can just gently bang the cookie tray or the piece of wax paper and it kind of smooths out all the bubbles. Or you can use this to kind of make it swirly if that's more the look you're going for. I'm also going to add some green sprinkles to some of my little green shamrocks. So you want to make sure that you do this while the chocolate is still wet before it is hardened. Okay, now I have all of my green shamrocks out on my wax paper, and I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge while I make the icing so that these get nice and hard. Okay, so I have baked some cupcakes. They are already cooled. You definitely never want to ice cupcakes until they're completely cooled. I made chocolate cupcakes and I made them in green cupcake holders, because of course you have to use green cupcake holders for St. Patrick's Day. And then I made some vanilla buttercream icing, and I took a portion of it and dyed it green. This is the Wilton 2A tip. It's just a big circle tip. You could do this without using a decorating bag, but I'm just gonna use a decorating bag. And I'm gonna put this in here. And then I'm gonna fill up my decorating bag with my green. I have these little rubber bands that I just tie on the top. It helps with the mess. And then I'm gonna take a bowl and fill it with some dark green sprinkles. Just fill it up like this. I'm going to go around the edge with my green frosting, and then I'm going to dip it into my sprinkles. so that you just have a green sprinkly edge on the outside. I really am trying to get around the edge to try and cover as much of like the side of the cupcake as I can. I'm gonna continue this step with all of my cupcakes. Okay, next I have just my white icing in here, and I'm going to use Wilton 1M. Fill up my decorating bag. Now I'm going to take my cupcake and start in the middle, go around, build a base, and then build it up into a nice peak. And then I'm gonna add a couple of these little white pearl balls. Just these little white balls. Just gives it a more elegant look. And then I have my chocolate shamrock, and I'm gonna put that into my icing peak, like that. If you don't want to use so much icing, so many sprinkles, and want to make them a little simpler, you can also just do the white buttercream and put your shamrock in like that. They're still super cute, and they're not as much icing and sprinkles and everything, so it's a little easier to make and a little less messy to eat and less sugar to eat. So these are the ones that I made that are just the white with the green shamrocks on top, and I think they still look super cute. And this is the finished product for the cupcakes with all the icing and sprinkles. It's everything you need for St. Patrick's Day. You got all of the green and your shamrock on top, and they're a delicious treat just for any day leading up to St. Patrick's Day, or if you're having a St. Patrick's Day party or get together. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you are planning any St. Patrick's Day baking. I also have a couple other videos up on here. I have some other cupcakes I made a couple years ago with a rainbow and a pot of gold on the end. And then my last video that I just put up before this one is chocolate covered shamrock pretzels. The shamrock pretzels are perfect if you don't have time to bake cupcakes. These take a little bit longer. So if you want a quick and easy St. Patrick's Day treat, you can check out that video. And you can like this video and subscribe to my channel. I love making baking tutorials. So happy St. Patrick's Day, and I hope that everybody is lucky this year on March 17th.